It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Mac Jones. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Patriots and the Dolphins on Sunday night.
From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week.
The Dolphins defense out to go to work here. Sensational a week ago in the victory. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
And he was a big part of that victory a week ago. He had a key forced fumble. And that's what these defensive coaches preach. We need takeaways. And I'll be looking for more of the same here.
A 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Here's Ramondre Stevenson. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down. And the rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week. 13 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. You talk about this Miami defense. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. Well, one of the linebackers has got it. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand.
So now, I think even our referee is confused. The defense accepted the holding penalty, but they just got the ball on the fumble recovery, so that will be negated. That's a tough one to comprehend. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
The Miami defense back out once again. They lead 7-0, trying to put a stop together here as this drive starts with a 1st down.
Here we go, get set.
Jones now throwing to start the drive.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Jones looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
The Dolphin defense ready to go to work. And they're playing with a lead here in this first quarter as this drive gets underway. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Raekwon Davis forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Well, they've got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Jones. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Rocky start throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
I'm eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 15. Let's see if he has that type of an attitude.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Automatic first down.
Jones throwing on first down. Over the middle, he's got Parker. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. He'll find Parker again. Complete. And Parker's going to pick up a Patriots first down as they'll get this up past the 35-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A give for Stevenson, running right. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Pressure comes and down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The Miami defense back out once again. They're in a somewhat unenviable position here to start the drive with the ball already up near midfield.
Let's go, baby. That's awesome. Playmakers, step up right now. Omaha. Sit high.
Jones now throwing to start the drive. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, The defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Jones hit, and the ball's out.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Dolphin defense ready to go to work. They just got the benefit of a beautiful punt a moment ago, so this offense backed up down by their own goal line to start this possession.
Here's Jones. Off play action. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough, and that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
The Miami defense back out once again. They, you might remember, forced a safety last time they were out there, so they're playing with some confidence now as this drive begins with a first down.
On 1st and 10, Jones.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On 3rd down, Jones. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Jones, a final shot before break. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Jalen Hurts, a touchdown pass in the victory. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Jones, a touchdown run in the victory.
And finally, on Monday night, our first doubleheader of the year. Saints-Panthers at 7:15 Eastern, followed by Cleveland-Pittsburgh an hour later. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
The Dolphin defense ready to go to work. They've got the upper hand in terms of field position as this drive starts inside the offense's 10-yard line.
Now Jones throwing to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones.
That'll be caught by Parker.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
This is 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Jones.
He'll dump this down to Stevenson.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
The Miami defense back out once again. They'll start by looking at a 1st and 10 at the 25. The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
Emmanuel Ogbah finding his way to the ball for a big stop there behind the line of scrimmage.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Jones. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
The Dolphin defense ready to go to work. They've pitched the shutout here into the 4th quarter. Been sensational. The question, can they finish it off? They'll need to come up with another stop here.
Jones now throwing to start the drive. Short pass caught by Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Nice play from Smith-Schuster to get the first down, and he rejuvenated his career in a one-year stop with Kansas City last season. And the Patriots aggressively target him in free agency, hoping to jumpstart their offense.
In trouble, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, pass on the out route caught by Smith-Schuster. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
The Miami defense back out once again. They've put in a very good shift so far. This one pretty well in hand. Just looking to finish strong here in the fourth as this next drive starts 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
The Dolphin defense ready to go to work. And now, after their guys fumbled it a moment ago, it's up to them to try and create a turnover of their own as this drive begins 1st and 10.
Come on, baby, rock and roll. Kick grind, come on with it, man. Let's get this ball back for the offense.
Here's Jones. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Jones. And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it.
Christian Wilkins, his second sack of the night.
And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Jones on third down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Dolphins, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.